If you've been paying attention to the recent 2024 Score football release, you may have noticed these popping up for sale on eBay, or being mentioned on a few sites in some capacity. So what exactly are these mystery redemptions? Are they the missing Caleb Williams cards that everyone has been talking about? And why hasn't Caleb appeared in anything released by Panini as of yet? So, on September 4th, Panini announced its brand new Mystery Rookie Redemption program for the 2024 NFL season. If you've seen Select Football Hobby, you're probably aware of their XRC and Mystery Autograph XRC program, where they provide a position and number, and you receive a card of whichever player gets drafted in that corresponding slot for the next upcoming football season. So, for example, a QB2 XRC for this year would get you a Jaden Daniels card. These are all going to be pretty highly touted draft prospects, names you've already heard of and are probably familiar with. For example, here's this year's list of XRCs for the 2024 season. The new Mystery Rookie Redemption program operates a bit differently by providing an opportunity for currently lesser known players to get prominent cards from some of the early releases such as Score, Gold Standard, Luminance, and Donruss Elite, which are all set to release within the next couple of weeks. Last year, players like Puka Nacua, who is now one of the most highly coveted and collectible players from the 2023 class, did not have any cards in some of the early Panini sets like Score because they were simply not well known at the time and went much later in the draft. Panini doesn't make trading cards of all the 5th, 6th, or 7th round draft picks right off the bat, so other players like Brock Purdy in 2022 usually don't get cards until late in the release cycle, well after they have made a name for themselves. And since Panini prints a lot of these sets ahead of time, it can take even longer for them to finally appear in trading card format. So, how this new redemption works is, there will be 6 card inserts that will be found within various Panini programs, including Score, Luminance, Origins, Elite, and Gold Standard. The redemptions will mainly be for base rookie cards, selected RC parallels, and other rare inserts within their respective releases. The rookies will be decided as the season goes on, and we will select these budding stars for the redemption inserts that don't already have cards in those programs. So essentially, it sounds like if a player, most likely one who doesn't have as many cards already in products, pops off during the season, they'll retroactively add that player to those earlier releases by making new cards for them, so you don't have to wait as long to collect some of your new favorite rookies. And I'm not 100% on this verbiage, but it sounds like there may be 6 different rookie cards in each set, so 6 in Score, 6 in Luminance, and so on. Now I know what you're wondering. Will these be in retail? While Panini hasn't officially stated which formats these redemptions will appear in, only rookie redemptions numbered 1 through 4 from Score Football have been posted on eBay prior to the release of the blaster boxes. Now, I don't know if that means there are 2 more in retail to make 6 total cards, or if they only released a total of 4 redemption players for Score Football specifically, or if I just don't know how to read. But we'll find out as more of these blasters get open in the upcoming weeks. Either way, hopefully they include these in retail going forward, as that would obviously add another chase card that everyone can go after this year, not just those who spend more money on hobby boxes. Who knows, maybe we'll actually like getting redemptions now.
2,000 years later.
Now that we figured out what these mystery redemption cards are for, and it has been confirmed that he's not in Score Football period, where the hell is Caleb Williams? What does this mean for future football releases, and will he be in those? Before we discuss this dilemma, there may be another even murkier ongoing situation that might help shed some light as to why Caleb is missing from some of the early 2024 football releases. At this point, you guys are probably aware of Marvin Harrison Jr. and his current lawsuit with Fanatics. So there are 2 ways that an NFL player's image and likeness become available for use by companies. The first is the signing of a preliminary NFLPA Group Licensing Agreement, or GLA for short. Most rookies sign this agreement prior to the draft during the scouting combine. In the GLA are 85 different companies which have access to the names, image, and likeness of all players signed to that group. One of these companies is Fanatics, and one of them is Panini. The second way a player's image and likeness can become available is when they sign their official NFL contract with whichever team ends up drafting them, which automatically adds them to the GLA. Marvin didn't sign his preliminary group licensing agreement, but he signed his contract with the Cardinals back in May, which made his likeness available to those 85 companies. So you would think, hey, he's now in the GLA, which both Panini and Fanatics have access to. He should have both trading cards and jerseys available. However, due to the ongoing lawsuit between Harrison Jr. and Fanatics, which is the official and sole provider of NFL apparel, including jerseys, the NFLPA has advised Fanatics specifically to not produce and distribute anything with his likeness. So that's why we have Marvin Harrison Jr.'s Score football cards, while we still don't have any of his official jerseys available for sale while court proceedings play out. Now, given that information, there's a couple of different explanations as to why Caleb might be missing from Panini products, while Marvin is alive and well in the recently released Score football. So as I mentioned, signing an NFL contract automatically adds you to the GLA. Marvin Harrison signed his contract on May 23rd, but Caleb Williams did not sign his until July 17th. On top of that, he negotiated his entire contract in violation of the NFLPA's rules that require rookies without an NFLPA certified agent to handle contract negotiations entirely on their own, without the intervention of any lawyers. I think it's safe to say he definitely did not sign his preliminary GLA agreement, which means his player image and likeness was only made available as of his team contract signing date of July 17th. Well then, how the hell did Fanatics sell his jerseys from the moment he got drafted? Isn't Fanatics part of those 85 companies with access to the GLA? Well, that's most likely due to the fact that they have a separate exclusive agreement with Caleb to use his image and likeness as they please. So, with his likeness on Panini trading cards only available after July 17th, it's possible that Score football products had already begun production at this point in time, making it too late to add him to this set before release. Now, I heard some rumors about Caleb possibly signing some sort of exclusive player image and likeness deal with Fanatics that would prevent Panini from printing any of his cards, but that's just not the case with the existence of the GLA and Panini's recent win against the NFLPA in regards to maintaining rights to player likeness and images on trading cards. Also, Panini has started releasing some of his instant trading cards already, so that kind of throws that idea out the window. My guess is that we'll start seeing him in the near future. As far as which set he starts showing up in, I have no idea what Panini's manufacturing schedule was like, so I'm not sure. Several of these sets were probably printed well in advance. So far, he is not on the checklist for Luminance, which is set to release on Friday, September 20th. The checklist for Gold Standard has not been released, even though it has an earlier release date of Wednesday, September 18th. Also, some of these sets were delayed a couple of weeks, possibly to ensure he does get added to them. With Donruss Elite and Origins on the horizon, we should be getting more concrete answers pretty shortly, but with the evidence available today, I do believe we will be seeing him in packs very soon. Also, another interesting note, Panini did not release the complete 2024 Score football checklist until 3 days after the release of Hobby. Releasing the full player checklist on time would have only confirmed that Caleb is not in this set and may have potentially impacted early sales. Hopefully that was not the reason as to why the checklist was released so late, but that looks just a little bit shady. So, hopefully that answered some of your questions surrounding the shaky release of 2024 Panini football products. I think the Mystery Redemption program is a good addition this year. My only hope is that we do see them added in some retail products, not just Hobby. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and feel free to subscribe to the channel. Your support goes a long way in improving the type of content I can provide. I usually do full-on box reviews, but do like to look into trending topics such as these, especially when the answers require just a little bit of digging. Alright guys, I'll see you soon in the next one. Peace.